Hello, everybody. I guess the camera just decided to turn on, so here we go. Here's the start of the video. I want to welcome all of you back, and I want to thank you all so much for the constant support. And to the new subscribers, which there are many of, thank you so much for coming aboard, and I hope you enjoy my channel. So today I am so unprepared for this, and I just wanted to make sure that I was supplying all of you with quality content, but this wasn't really planned out. I just wanted to discuss that sometimes in life we are dealt some unpredictable cards, and that is my current state right now. There are some things that just aren't really sure in my life, and you know, it always kind of makes us as humans nervous, but I'm going to proceed forward and completely supply you with many videos to come on certain parts of the collection that I have in my holdings. So the next video hopefully is a direct one on cameos. That's what I was supposed to do the other day, and of course I just didn't want to do it, so I didn't. First things first, I was going through my storage facility, which is another house, and I was going through paperwork, and I found this incredible print that I had done years and years and years ago. I had found a small black and white photograph of this, and it was Miss Patricia, and she was a sword swallower back in, it appears to be from the maybe early 40s, based on the outfit and the swords and the rifle, the gun that was propped up that she used as one of her props. But I just thought that was amazing to have a female so ahead of her time, and it was a reminder to me that regardless of what people tell you you can do in life, you most certainly can do what you want and also what you were born to do. And she was definitely a magician in so many ways other than just one, if that makes any sense. I hope that does. So that was amazing that I found that print. And then also I wanted to show you, let me get that out of the way. Again, my desk is always full with things I want to talk about. And then I'll reach for this really quick. Jeremy always struggles to get me things for Christmas because he says that I'm impossible to buy for, and he's pretty much right. I'm impossible to buy for. But he bought me this incredible and handsome, so well-made Murano art glass bowl. And normally, these don't impress me much. They just don't. But this one really absolutely makes me happy. The form and the color. So like there's this citrine yellow center, and then on the outside, wavy portion, there's this deep amethyst purple color. But look at the color and the form on this. Both are exceptional, which gave a wonderful end result. And again, always look for a ground and polished bottom. That's a telltale sign of either Venetian, Murano, or sometimes Scandinavian art glass. And just a really beautiful art glass bowl, and fantastic in form and color. So Jeremy, thank you so much for making my Christmas fantastic. And I appreciate you for making my life fantastic every day. And I'm so grateful for you to have you in my life. A vessel that, in the same mindset, Venetian, this is a recent acquisition from my mother. And I bought this with her. I don't remember what show we were at, but we were always known as like, they would say like the Addams duo or whatever they would call us, but they loved, other dealers would love to see me and my mom go to the shows together, and we were always together at the antique shows. And this is one of her Venetian bottle formed vases, and again, this is probably from the late 40s, early 50s, but look at how beautifully done the ribbon work canes were, alternating with this bright turquoise color, but just a beautiful thing. I got it back from her just recently, and I'm going to put it in my collection and keep it. Even though I'm going through a major downsize, that is something that has a fond memory And I will always remember her by having this in my collection. And my partnership and my friendship with shopping with my mom was always something that brought me great joy. She, until recently, you know, had the feeling that she was always my mom and wasn't allowed to be my best friend. And now that I'm grown and established, we have forged an incredible friendship. And if she wasn't my mom, I would still pick her to be my friend. And so I love her so incredibly much. What a beautiful woman, and has taught me my graceful side. My dad was the, he was the side of, you know, humor, and also, when I get protective of myself, sometimes my temper, I gotta blame my dad for that. But my mom, just an incredible woman, and I love you so much. As to something I wanted to cover really quick, which it's probably not going to be really quick, but I wrote down some channels that I go to on YouTube. And again, these are not, you know, necessarily like friends of mine, but just some channels for you to go to. So please grab a piece of paper and a pencil. When I'm not on, or you don't feel like I've supplied enough information, or you feel like it's been too long in between, you know, my videos, please go to some of these channels and check them out. So I hope you have a piece of paper and a pencil. If not, just pause my video and then come back when you do. The first one I wanted to talk about is, it's called A Guy and a Golden. So it's A Guy and a Golden. The gentleman's name is Jonathan, and he has a golden retriever named Teddy. His short feeds are hilarious, and his longer videos are great. But there's something about Jonathan that not only entertaining, but I posted on my community tab. He goes to animal shelters in his area, and he does little cameos on the dogs that need homes. And, you know, I somehow over the last year have forgotten charity in my life, and I'm getting back to that this year. Irregardless of what happens, I'm definitely gonna be more charitable this year. And Jonathan's channel is fantastic, so please go and subscribe and support him, please, and let him know that Jason sent you over. As to another one that was very recent in what I've watched is, it's The Thrill of the Thrift. And it's The Thrill of the Thrift, all one word together. The lady's name that has the channel is Dee, and you can tell by my smile how much I love her. I went to one of her lives, and she invited me in, and she had 250 people there, and I thought, why is she recognizing just one person of 250 people? And then I realized why there were 250 people there. It was because she is magnetic, she is charming, she's hilarious, and she sells really diverse groupings of things. And I can't say enough good about her channel. So Dee, if you ever see this, please know how much I appreciate you and your friendship. And I would love to, down the road, go on with you, either live or somehow, some way work out something with you. You're fantastic. I absolutely love your channel. And in that same kind of group of people, Old Curiosity Shop. I don't think he knows who I am. I don't think he knows anything about me. I believe his name is Scott. But if you like thrifting videos, he's very knowledgeable in glass and collectibles. If you want to be entertained by his shorts as well, he's funny. He's got a good heart and a good person, and you can tell that by his videos. So if you would go over and check him out, it's again, Old Curiosity Shop. The last one that I want to mention that's just kind of like a general channel, but I have completely been blown away by it. As an artist at my heart, Sarah's Journals. So it's S-A-R-A-H-S, Sarah's Journals, plural. I did put her on my community tab, so if you go to my community tab and scroll down, you'll see a link to her videos. I was completely blown away by her, not only as a person and as an individual, but I didn't know such beautiful journals existed until I went to her channel. Opulent, royal, tactile, historical fabrics and embroideries. Regal. I don't know what else to say about the creations, but if you want to see something that maybe you're not familiar with, please go to her channel. And she, as a person, I absolutely love her. I 100% adore her, and I could tell that she would be a friend of mine in real life. Someone that I trust, someone that's positive, someone that is a good person, and I don't want to, say anything else. Just go and see her magic. She's fantastic. Again, Sarah's Journals. Now, on to people that specifically sell jewelry or have a jewelry channel, and there's no favoritism here. So if you're my friend, and I've been friends with a lot of people on YouTube, and I don't mention you, don't be upset with me. But here's just a couple. So Sunshine Amberzana. All one word, Sunshine Amberzana. That's Marzana. Fantastic, fantastic. She's fantastic in terms of what she sells. She loves amber. She loves sterling silver. She does craft things like these jeweled journals and diamond art items. And then she also does handmade greeting cards. And I know from experience, I ordered one of the journals. Wow, is all I can say. So please check her out. And she has sales on and off, and I don't know exactly what days or times. And again, some of these I don't know days and times. Black Dog Vintage. So it's Black Dog Vintage. Her name is Leslie. She's very new to me. I think she's on Saturday nights. Here I go. I think she's on Saturday nights and possibly Thursday nights. So please go and check her out. Black Dog Vintage. Crystal at Moon Goddess Treasures. So Moon Goddess Treasures. Delightful, positive, phenomenal. Crystal, you'll love her. Let's see here. A couple more. Tees Jewelry. Tees. T-E-E-S. Jewelry. Tees Jewelry. She's new on the scene. She's hilarious. She's got fantastic energy. She's like, I think, a personal trainer for her normal job, or her usual job, because what's normal in life. Positive, hilarious, and I feel like I'm such a good friend with her now. So if you love jewelry, and you love hauls, and you love thrifting, she's a great place to go to. And she's new, so please go and subscribe to her. Dina at That Girl Dina Marie. Again, her channel is That Girl Dina Marie. And I wrote these down so I wouldn't forget them. Her name is Dina, and she'll become your girl, Dina Marie. Positive, whimsical, uplifting, great items, great prices. She'll keep you company on a lonely day. Please let her know that I sent you over. Again, Dina, absolutely love you. Absolutely love you. And then I think the last one that I have on my list, which is like chicken scratch, is Jewelry Nurse. Roberta, Cindy, and Elizabeth. Three Graces, three Graces put together in one channel, and it's called Jewelry Nurse, and I believe it's all one word. So Jewelry Nurse, those three. Again, I've watched them for over a year. I'd stayed fairly quiet. I would go in the chats just to say hello, and then the warmth and the reception and the love that they have shown me is very much so appreciated. So again, these are just a couple that I went through. As I was watching YouTube the one night, someone had questioned me and said, where do you go when you're not on? Or where do you go when you're relaxing at night? And those are just a couple of them. So again, that's not an all-inclusive list. If I've left someone off, I didn't do it intentionally. And the last one that I have to say, which is kind of separate from the rest, because sometimes when I have a connection with someone, I get very teary-eyed. And I didn't want to do that here, but there's one that has stood out, and it's Designs Laura. Here I go. I'll try not to. So it's D-Z-I-N-E-S as Designs. D-Z-I-N-E-S, Laura, L-A-U-R-A. Her name's Laura, and before, I start to come unraveled, she's just a beacon, I have two pendants, and I thought I set them out on my desk. Here they are. I set them out on my desk, and she makes jewelry out of flatware. And as a historian, I kind of sometimes don't think that, things should be made out of other things. But here's one of her pendants. And this is a handle off of either a fork or a knife. Her craft and her design and how directional they are and how well finished with the bales. I've seen a lot of silverware jewelry over my years. And these I bought 2 of them. I bought a matched pair. And again, the detail and the craft is remarkable. And she sent me a beautiful note, this just tiny little beautiful note. Oh, and the pattern is 1940 silver bell. So she does send out her business card. So there's her business card. And again, it's Designs Laura. And she also has a website. It says designslaura.com, DZINESLAURA.com. Again, for custom made or, you know, shall you say not mass produced jewelry, boy, she has an incredible design aesthetic and craft. Again, I've seen some of these silverware jewelry things like spoon rings and stuff, and the craft is never good because me as a metalsmith, I'm a tough one when it comes to craft. She has got an amazing hand, amazing craft, and I love her as a person. I'll say it publicly. Laura, if you're watching this, and I hope you are, I absolutely down deep love you. Period and finished. Okay? So those are the channels that I would recommend. And of course, you know the ones that I always kind of beat the drum. Thelma Thrift. It's Thelma. How can you not know her and love her? Thelma Thrift, absolutely fantastic. She has invited me on to possibly maybe do a question and answer with her. I think that's the goal. I hope it's still the goal. Uh-oh, I just knocked something over. So I hope it's still the goal that I go on live with Thelma at Thelma Thrift. And then, of course, you know my affection, never-ending love for My Jewelry Addiction, Tanya at My Jewelry Addiction. She's on Sunday nights with live sales. She has amazing videos on her she shed, her crafting, you know, just, again, a positive light on sometimes a dark and moody sky. And when I feel down or I feel alone, I always know that she's there. Somewhere out there, she's there. And I can breathe a sigh of relief, in a way, to have such a strong and positive light in my life. And she will be a positive light in your life as well. So, enough of that. I went through my list, which is just a mess. And then things that I pulled that I wanted to do a show and tell, and maybe I'll get to the light box here in a few minutes, was I went to a thrift store and again, I stopped going to thrifts a while ago, but look at this incredible Art Deco bracelet. It was a couple weeks ago, and I think I actually sent a picture to Tanya of it in the case. It was $8, and there's the $8 price tag that was on it, and just remarkable Czechoslovakian faux turquoise glass, and then very intricately done fired on glass enamel, not painted enamel like cold painted enamel. It's actually fired on enamel, and great filigree on the brass. Original findings on the ends. So really cool for $8, and I knew that that was a total moneymaker. You know, I knew that that was like wasn't going to stay with me, but I was like, yeah, I will buy that and make some money. A necklace that I used to wear all the time, I kind of was like hesitant about putting it on camera, but I'm gonna bend the rules. It's what would be considered a hinged torque collar, and it's much more than that. What in the heck is this? It is the most beautiful, unearthly creation. Looks like it was made in a different galaxy. And it's this kind of octopus tentacle that wraps around the front. And then look at the banded agate that becomes an eye. And then these are all gem grade moonstone that are cabochon set, cabochon cut, and then bezel set is what I meant to say. And then look at how this is raised. So it is signed on the back, and then the stone does have I believe it's Hebrew letters that are engraved on the back. I've never been able to translate it, so I might post that and have you all help me. But look at the work and look at the craft on this. One of the most beautiful things. So I believe it's synclastic and anticlastic raising, which means that these bends are bent on both axes. So they're bent this way, and then they're also bent this way. So they're bent on two axes, and I believe that is anticlastic or synclastic raising. And this is from me as a metalsmith, going to school and learning the different terms. Raising from a flat sheet is very difficult. This form up front is also raised as well. So this is all flat sheet, nothing is cast. And then to get this on, the mechanism is amazing. You just pick up a little bit, and then this hinges open to be able to get it on. So then it would go on the neck like this, and then I'll get my beard out of the way in a second. But it's bent to form around the neck. And it is one of my favorite things that I own in jewelry. And I wasn't really sure that I was going to bring it on camera because it does have an energy that I can't explain. Where this came from, I'll get into the estate that this came from. I never met the woman. She was a psychologist, and she wrote a book on how we're born into our lives. And it's a magical book that her daughter shared with me. And I'll tell you, this is an important piece to me. And I'm very proud of myself for being willing to share it on camera. Still can't figure out the artist mark after all these years. I've owned it for, I believe, 12 or 14 years from my memory. And oh boy, just you know, I get tripped up on words because when I see things like this as an artist, and I see the labor of love that it took to create this, I just get so excited and sometimes very speechless. But again, you know, bent on two axes at the same time, and to make silver do that is, it's insane, is what it is. And again, I'll bring that back when I feel like I can. But that was just a sneak attack, and I think the reason why I shared it. Oh! I don't want to forget this. I get so sidetracked. So Jeremy got me this for Christmas as well. Look at this little Scotty dog. It's Bakelite, and I didn't have this one in my collection. And we were at Don Scott Antique Show down in Columbus, and we do a whole bunch of other antique shows, and apparently the only one I talk about is Don Scott. Okay. Anyways, we go to so many of them, and this little Bakelite Scotty dog is incredible. It has a painted blanket on his back, and he's got a little bit of wear to the collar because it's painted, but that's to be expected, and I can fix that. But Jeremy bought me that for Christmas, and I'm definitely gonna wear it and enjoy it. Oh, and my top. This was a gift from Tanya at My Jewelry Addiction. So she is who made me fashionably forward, and it has a hood, but I'm not a hood guy because it just makes me look like, I don't know, I think it makes me look mean. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But I don't know what my problem is all of a sudden. I totally lost it. So, on my desk, the future video that I was going to do, this was kind of, it was on my dresser. I don't have a lot of jewelry out in my house because obviously I like to keep things very, very secure. But these were out, and a big bowl of sterling rings. These aren't the ones that were in on my community post just recently. These are a whole nother grouping of them. So I was going to bring them to the light box and kind of go over them. So I might do that really quick. I'm at 23 minutes, and I was trying to think of anything else I was going to discuss, and here I am. Oh, a William Kerr & Company Art Nouveau bowl. I was going through my collection to downsize, and this is one of the things that I am going to sell, and it's dated 1909 on the inside, and then it's script with the very fancy monogram on the inside, but the beautiful stylized flowers on the outside, really a beautiful repoussé and chased bowl, and then right here, right there, but I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it, you can see that tiny little mark. I'll bring this over to the light box too, but that's the banded axe mark, and I want you to be familiar with some of the hallmarks, and that's William Kerr, K-E-R-R & Company. I've mentioned William Kerr several times in my videos. One of my most favorite Art Nouveau silversmiths that was mass-produced, you know, that was die-formed and mass-produced. I feel like I'm forgetting 3 million things that I wanted to talk about, but thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for encouraging me. Again, I'm so, I say it every time, but I'm grateful. You make me extremely happy, and you always make me want to come back and share more. So I appreciate the encouragement. I guess what I'll do is I'll pause the video now as I look across this and decide what I'm going to take over to Lightbox really quick to give you a close-up. There's 8 million more things, like I said, that I wanted to talk about, but I'm forgetting. But again, completely grateful, completely thankful, and again, please like and subscribe, and please share my channel out to anyone else that you think would enjoy it. Let me pause you for 1 second, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so here we are. We're back in the Lightbox, and just wanted to go over just a couple quick things. I'll try and do it as fast as possible because there's so many things to talk about. A sterling silver and turquoise bracelet. I just thought the design was really neat with this slide on the one side and sterling silver and turquoise on this other side. Again, it was very nominal in price. It was like $10, and I thought, yes, that's well designed. I'll take it. That's, of course, most of these are resale. Turquoise and sterling silver ring. As a metalsmith, I really love the design of the mounting. So there you go, and signed on the back right there. I'll do research on all of these artists eventually, but these were just some of the most recent acquisitions. Rutilated quartz and sterling silver. And again, there's foil inset behind the rutilated quartz, and beautifully modeled mounting, sand cast or lost wax cast, I should say, technically. And beautiful design, beautiful coloration in the silver. One of the rings that I made, I was wearing this in one of my videos. It's a Jabo marble that was slumped by my friend Mary that lives in New Jersey. And then I did all the mounting and I soldered it all together, made the bezel, and set the then stone. This is interesting. It's a bear claw, red coral, turquoise, and just a well-made Native American ring. Definitely has quite a bit of age to it as well. But the design of that and the stones that were chosen, I've always loved the flower blossoms and the scrolls, and then these little raindrop applications and the leaves. But again, the design is great, and it's a sizable ring. Very, very large, very cool, great piece. This is a blue zircon and sterling silver brooch. It's from right around 1945, maybe 1950. And again, blue zircon, it's a natural stone out of the ground. And blue zircons are one of my favorites. And I'll do a video down the road on blue zircon. And sterling silver, really a great design, and a crown design and a sizable brooch. So that was a yes. And of course, the person didn't know they were blue zircon. They thought they were blue topaz, and they're not. But you can see the scintillation. They look like blue diamonds. So the RI, or reflective index, here I go, tripping over terms again. Refractive index is very high. And the dispersion is very great in these stones. So there we go. I got marker on my thumb. I don't know what is going on with my hands. They're always so dirty. I'm surprised more people don't talk bad about my videos. This is turquoise, sterling, a leaf, and raindrops. But again, really sizable, very, very wearable for me. And I thought it was very cool. So that was a yes. There's so many in this bowl, but here's an amethyst and sterling silver. Could you say that it's Navajo or Native American? You could. I think it's in the style of. I just think that it's made in the style of, and an unusual purple stone there. Yeah, some would say charite. It's not. It's definitely not. Not the age for that. That's for sure. And then this one in the style of Art Deco, camphor glass. It's not camphor glass. But it's new and it's sterling, made to look old, but that was just cool because it was only, $10 or $12. Let's see here. Oh, this is interesting. This is all natural emeralds and a little tiny ruby eye. It's peacock, sterling silver, brooch, and again, probably from Portugal, more than likely. I'm going to do a little bit of further research on the way that these are constructed, but most of these are Portuguese. Sometimes, technically Iberian Peninsula, but you know, I'm not going to quibble over that. And it's missing one little emerald. So that's why I had it set aside, is because it was missing an emerald and I had to have a stone put in there. But beautiful. And that was only like $20 at an antique mall. This big, this is gigantic. This is lapis. It's natural. There's 9 carats of diamonds. There's calibre cut sapphire chevron. It's gold and silver both. And it is plated on the shank area, but then some of the shank, see, that is sterling where it was sized, and then this portion is gold, and then some of the gold tone on here on the chevron is gold plated, and then this is a gold bezel. But look at the size of the ring. It's incredible. Here, I'll put it on. Let me take this other one off and I'll put this on. But just incredible for size and scale. And a lot of people thought this opened up. It doesn't. It's just the way that it was made. And it's from India. And it was two of my friends, but Paris, Jane, was my friend for a long time. And Paris hooked me up on this ring. It came to an international show. And then it took me about a year to be, you know, convinced that I had to have it. And then, of course, I had to have it. So there's that. Turquoise, this is one of my favorites from a long time ago. Again, I could talk about this for like a decade. It is really great turquoise, sterling silver, Navajo, sizable. Again, really well done. Very well constructed, great craft, great color of stones. And just really cool. A sterling silver Navajo ring. Again, I'm a stickler for craft and design. So take all that goodness in, and it goes all the way around the back. And then it's signed, I think it's signed up on the inside. And of course, here we go. Let's try, oops. Oh, there we go. See? Okay, there we go. Sterling. And I have no idea who the artist is. So, and maybe he's not Navajo like I thought he was, but he probably is. Really remarkably done sterling, and I've loved that one for a long time. I don't really want to talk about many more of these. This one is fire agate and sterling. But again, I really liked the fire agate stone in that. Purple, blue, and green. And then a beautiful shank system and a beautiful mounting around the top. Scalloped bezel wire, which is always classy and timeless. But the color of the fire agate really got me because they usually stay very orange and brown. And this one went purple-green, which made me very happy. So there's that. Tons and tons and tons of just gemstones. I believe this one could be Emori stone or Victoria stone. It's known by 2 different names, Dr. Emori or Victoria stone. And it is a stone that I believe it was like 6 different minerals that were kind of melted and baked together, for lack of a better term. And then the buhl, the tubular form that it came out as once it was baked for, I believe it was weeks on end. And then it was cut into these cabochon stones. And they all have the same kind of internal chatoyancy that is not like any other stone in the world. And it is man-created out of natural stones. I have other versions of this, and there are really beautiful colors, like this one, the turquoise, then it's got like a limey green, there's a gray one. I forget, I think there's maybe, and again, I'm going on memory here, maybe there's 7 or 11 different colors, but they're all kind of the same. So that's definitely what I think that one is I think it's Victoria stone. Let's see, sterling, some more sterling. Not so sure I want to talk about that. A lot of these are commercially produced and just, you know, they're cool, but they're not important or magnificent, and they don't make me crazy. Here's 2 more of those, the Chinese export, you know, porcelain piece pendants that we see an absolute ton of, and they're still making them today. They're definitely, you know, tourist pieces. And again, some can be old, but most simply are not. They're just export pieces, Chinese export. But interesting. Porcelain shards, and then inset in sterling silver. We'll talk about those. I'll do a whole video on that eventually. Again, I don't know. I don't even know what's in here. Moonstone, garnet, sterling. Very cool, but not a keeper. But again, just kind of... Oh, this one. This is a keeper. This is... Oh, I'm going to draw a blank. Oh, here I go. Let me take a quick peek. Because I know. Okay, yeah, got it. Lily Barak. Lily Barak. Always, always, always easy to know. A Lily Barak original. But fantastic. Aquamarine on the outsides. Rough cut aqua. And then on the inside, 3 Herkimer diamonds, which are from Herkimer, New York. They're rock crystal. And bezel set. It's not easy to bezel set double terminal crystals that small, but Lily Barak was a fantastic craftsperson. And that ring, the end result, is really quite a stunner. And made me very happy. So that was a keep. And I don't know, just a ton of sterling rings. I think this one might be citrine. Yeah, and I kept this because the stone was so beautiful. Reminded me of the 1940s style mountings, the cocktail with the side stones. Really great craft in the sterling mounting. And again, the stone, fantastic for color, clarity, saturation, and also the cut is magnificent. I think that was like $15 or something. So that was a yes because I knew I couldn't make it for less, and I've discussed that before. This is interesting. This is, oh, there's dust all over this stuff. This is that black gold stone and sterling silver. But I loved the way the mounting was made. Almost modernist, but still contemporary. And I liked the texture, sterling mounting, and I liked the way they made this a diamond-shaped stone rather than a cabochon, and I really like the faceting on it as well. Because normally they cabochon those stones. They don't normally facet them. Okay, I think well, this is, oh wait, this is kind of cool too. This one, yeah, this one, I used to wear this one a lot, and then I just stopped wearing it, but let me grab my black light, because of course, it's uranium, and, you know, we know how I feel about uranium glass, but why is this not lighting up? Hold on, it's because my, my light box is still on. Hold on. Here, let's do that, and let's do that. There we go. So uranium, and it's in a 14 karat gold mounting. So it's in a 14K mounting, and it's a beautiful ring, and a large uranium stone. And I think they were going for, back in the day, synthetic peridot back in the day, or synthetic spinel. So one or the other, but really nice, and a 14 karat white gold mounting. I used to wear this an awful, awful lot. Like 20 years ago, I used to wear it, and I probably still would now. This one, look at how cool the design of this one is. And inlaid, turquoise, red coral, and the silver work, what an unusual and very cool mounting. I did buy this at one of the international gem shows, and it's just so graceful and so female and so powerful. A talisman for sure. And I loved the age and I loved the work on it. So that was fantastic. And the gentleman that was selling this, he was from India and his partner was from Egypt. So they had such an unusual blend of materials and subject matters and craft design elements, but remarkable. And then, okay, I'm gonna say I've had enough of that. Let me put these back in here so I don't mess up my whole desk situation over here. And then, what a way to store them. I know. So I should do a video on how not to store things. This is how you shouldn't store your rings. Okay, I'm gonna leave them there, but this is the bracelet I said that I bought for $8, and it's Czechoslovakian glass. I would say late 30s. You know, I think in the earlier part of this video, maybe I said 20s, 30s. I'm going to say 30s. Definitely Czechoslovakian glass. And then the enamel work is really beautiful and in quite good condition. One tiny little chip right there, but we forgive that. And then original findings on the chain, original oxidation and patination to the surface, wide, over 2+ inches wide, and a very wearable size. So for $8, although not, you know, something that I went crazy for, I really thought highly sellable, you know, very, very sellable. This was in my haul video. I don't really consider it a haul because, like I told Tanya, hauling sounds like when you are hauling like cow manure, when you're, you know, you have a farm truck and you're hauling stuff like a dump truck. I don't consider jewelry hauling, but okay, I'll stop there. Gold-filled frame on this one, Prince of Wales plumes, tiny little seed pearls. So again, woven hair underneath a glazed compartment, or let's just say a piece of crystal on this one. And then beautiful mounting and early pin stem and pin clasp on this side. And again, really beautiful for what it is. Years ago, these were selling, you know, for $300+. Now I'd be lucky to get, I'd be really lucky to get $165, $175, you know. But still a beautiful part of our history and something that I loved. And then this tiny little dresser box. I was going through things that I was selling, and look at this. An Art Nouveau dresser box, faux jewels. So these are just little cabochons that are made out of glaze and then glazed around in metallic gold. But look how beautiful she is in a Wedgwood style, white on blue in Wedgwood style. But look at this, an amazing, amazing glaze that is microcrystalline and then over porcelain, but so iridescent, and reminded me of, you know, Tiffany glass, Steuben Aurine, beautiful. And it is signed on the bottom, and just one of those dresser boxes that really a beautiful end result. And I don't remember exactly where this came from because I've had it for so long, but definitely something that I didn't feel would make a move, so going to be sold off. And then a beautiful piece of malachite. I am very much so seduced by stones in general, but when they're of this quality, of the highest quality, and a perfect example of a certain stone, that definitely says, hello world, I am malachite and I am beautiful. And an artist, not me, wire wrapped in copper and beautifully, beautifully finished this very large pendant. And just the stone itself, it was like a whole world all of its own. So made me extremely happy, and so I bought that, and I've never worn it, but maybe I'll wear it one time. And then the hallmark on the William Kerr and Company bowl. So there is the inside, dated 1909. There's the monogram. Let me sneak this other bowl out of the way. So let me put this over here, and then let me set this down and clear out my booth real quick. But look at the chasing and repoussé. Well, I should say faux chasing and repoussé, because this is die formed. So these are actually pressed by a die, a positive and a negative, and then the back is then soldered closed with a flat sheet. Here is the banded axe mark, that when you see this mark right there, it's a banded axe with 3 bands and then an axe head. That's the mark for William Kerr and Company, K-E-R-R, Mark Sterling there. There is the model number 431. Just absolutely beautiful for an Art Nouveau original bowl. And again, let me zoom out just a little bit and see if we can get the whole close enough. We'll get the whole thing in eventually. So there you go. And remarkable for sterling silver, sizable, very, very large. And again, not something that I'm going to keep. It had stayed with me for a long time, and now it's time to let it go to a different house. So it's definitely going to be listed and be sold. And to kind of sum this up, I brought this. This was an Eckholt vase. I wanted you to see the surface on this. And then I also, someone had asked me to zoom in on the mark on the bottom. There it is, Eckholt, right there. Robert Eckholt. And it's 1997. Robert Eckholt, again, a phenomenal glass artist that was responsible for the most beautiful paperweights with trapped air and trails, luster finishes, mostly in this color palette, shall you say, blues, greens, light blue, royal blue, and this one, the King Tut design swirl, really tugged at my heartstrings and made me have to have it. So if you find one of these, I highly recommend picking them up because I do think his work is going to go up in value. It already has. And I think it's going to continue because really beautifully modeled in the skull and a parallel of Lowton glass. Charles Lowton, L-O-T-T-O-N. And I have a lot of Charles Lowton glass as well. On to one of the fans that I brought, and unfortunately, it's not going to fit in the frame, and you'll just have to use your imagination for what the end looks like. But look at the amazing work in this Art Nouveau fan. Again, made in Paris, France, completely hand embroidered and completely hand sequined, and just an absolute stunning fan with the most remarkable color, the most remarkable form. And, you know, again, sometimes I repeat the same words as an adjective, but sometimes I can't figure out how else to say how beautiful these things actually are and timeless. The end on this is loose, where I need to do the restoration, but all of the important parts are still there. And again, I wish I could show the entire fan. I wish I could show the entire surface all at once, but you get the gist. You get the understanding as to why that is so beautiful. Now, I think that pretty much concludes my video for today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you again so much for your patience and your kindness. Again, I hope you have an incredibly blessed weekend, and also have a wonderful week. And just remember, try and stay positive as much as you possibly can. Just remember that not everything always goes our way, but that's just a test of our character and a test of our will. And with love and friendship, anything is possible. So enjoy the rest of your day, and you know how I end it. I absolutely love you.